AA0Z here, and in this video I wanted to go over, I have two tool chests that I take out on portable and expedition operations, and I just wanted to go through some of the things that I take out on those operations. I got a few comments in the on my other YouTube videos on all of the things that I take, so I just wanted to go through real fast what I take. I'm going to start with this yellow bin first. As you can see, we're here at my work desk. So you open it up and it's got a couple of tiers in it. I'm going to do this first tier first, and then it's got some stuff in there. So starting off over here on the left-hand side, I've got some Temflex tape. I've got a new roll of it here. Temflex 2155. This is really good for waterproofing a coax connection. I also have some Super 88. Really good electrical tape. Here I've just got some hex drivers, star drivers, metric and regular. Keep putting them over there. Here is a cable gripper from DX Engineering. These things work great. This is for LMR 400, RG213, RG8, the bigger stuff. And then I also have a cutter. This is one of the DX Engineering cutters. It's got the cable cutters on this side and then the strippers on this side. This is a LMR 400 stripping tool that I got a long time ago. I don't use this, but this is for using the LMR 400 times micro connectors. I don't have any, but if I would get some in the future, I would have the cable cutter. A hacksaw, a small hammer, a file to file off some shavings on the whenever you solder a PL259, a pair of pliers, WD-40, a razor blade, some dual lock. This is really good Velcro that you can get, a screwdriver, my crimpers that have the Anderson power pole dies in them, cable cutters, a lighter. I'm not really sure what this was, but I'm not really sure what I used that for. Dies for crimping coax. And then on the bottom, I have some cable ties, loops to hold cables up, alligator clips. I've got additional blades for the cable cutters. I've got this AC tester to make sure that the AC is not reversed or wired incorrectly. You'll find if you go out to parks and they've got power at the pavilion that some of it is not wired correctly, so you want to check that. Here is a spark plug puller for my generator. Phillips head screwdriver. This right here is an extender for my Honda generator that extends the oil fill so I can actually fill oil without getting it all over the engine. So this is great for draining your oil and also adding oil to your generator, your Honda generator, if you don't already have one. Some Sharpies, another flathead screwdriver, some smaller flathead and Phillips screwdrivers, small set of screwdrivers with hex drivers, rack screws, another razor blade, another Sharpie. I don't need two of those. Here's an assortment of needle nose pliers, nippers, cutters, grabbers, cable strippers, another set of pliers, a smaller set. So this set of cable strippers goes 18 gauge through 10 gauge. This one goes strips 30 through 22. So I got almost everything there. And then a good pair of EMT scissors. All right, into the bottom of the yellow bin, or the yellow case, I've got a multimeter, a paint stripper that serves as whenever you put shrink tubing over something, you can shrink it. Some duct tape, a hot glue gun with, as they spill everywhere, a hot glue gun with glue sticks, a pair of helping hands, a ton of zip ties, a cheap ratchet set, and then some instructions on the crimp connectors. So that's everything in this yellow tool chest. So in this toolbox, this is a Plano tackle box, and I've got a bunch of stuff here in the top. So this is where I keep all of my connectors, barrel connectors, in male to in female, BNC to BNC, just an assortment of connectors. I've got some extra hookup wire. Here's where I keep all of my connectors for my Heil headsets for my different radios. All right. It's got a compartment for little stuff. It's got these individual compartments, and then it's got a bigger compartment. What I'll do is I'll go through all of this stuff on this side, and then we'll move to this guy. So I've just got miscellaneous connectors, grounding connectors here, power pole, splitter, some big alligator plugs, some connectors, some DB25 connectors, an RJ45 to DB9 connector, dog bones, some more power pole stuff, USB cigarette light adapter, a splitter, some Kenwood connectors, some other connectors, some extra batteries, wire nuts. These are those 4mm power connectors that I put on some of the ends of my antennas so I can go male to male or female to female. USB cord, hookup wire, hose clamp, some cable ties, grounding stuff, more DB9, some instruction manuals. Okay, coming over to here, in this, I've got some power pole stuff, miscellaneous screws. Here are those 4mm power connectors. I'm not really sure what those are called. Bullet connectors. Some power pole ends. Super wick, more power pole ends, eye connectors, fuses, miscellaneous connectors, ring tip sleeve, different connectors for that. Anderson power poles, some converters, change converters, some tips for soldering, some fuses, some connectors to splice wire together, some bullet connectors, again, more SO239 connectors, more connectors, eye connectors, some solder SO239 connectors, some compression SO239 connectors, so, and then this bigger compartment, I don't know if you can see in there, I've got some ferrites, snap-on ferrites for the LMR 400. I've got a 1-to-1 balun. I've got different connectors in here. This Kenwood to power pole, a couple of those. I've got some spade connectors to power pole. I've got a power pole to a cigarette lighter adapter. Cable for my antenna tuner. I've got some additional heat shrink. More connectors, or more gender splicers. Spade to spade. Eye to bullet. More eye to eye connectors. Ring connectors to bullets. Here's a power pole to a Yaesu connector. And then in here, I've got miscellaneous heat shrink. I got more miscellaneous heat shrink in here. And then this is where I keep my soldering supplies. So this is just a Hakko FX600. A Hakko FX600 soldering iron, a tip cleaner, nippers, some miscellaneous solder, a solder sucker, and then something to keep the soldering iron up off of the desk. And that is it. So that's what I have in my portable to-go kit for fixing stuff on the road whenever I'm working portable. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comment section, and give me a like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.